running in more of these solidified meta comps.
If someone's going to force a change, I believe it is MOTHS Genesis. And this is a team that we've seen several of our top squads almost underestimate in a way. Like you see this team, we're like, oh, I don't know them super well, but you know, you can't count them out. You really never can. I mean, we're hoping that there is some changes to, for example, Jeremy nerfed themselves last week. GPU exploded on the PC, was playing on a friend's gaming laptop.
Playing with a sub on main support that will complicate it. Our first map is Oasis, so again, no more Busan, kind of just the exiled control map. And the initial ban is Juno, one of the best supports in the game right now. And MOTHS Genesis will get rid of the Soj. That is very much a target ban onto Winter to force a little bit more of the Freya matchup for Jeremy.
So we'll have the Freya that Jeremy wants, because Jeremy doesn't touch Sojourn, in their own words, is a one trick of 4 heroes, but also known for the Venture. The Venture is kind of that crutch that we've seen come out from Jeremy time to time. University is a very good spot for our favorite little rock muncher to make an appearance. Whether that will be the case is kind of up to the discretion of MOTHS Genesis. With the Juno being banned, though, we're likely looking at Lucio Kiriko throughout the entirety of this, which is honestly pretty strong for both teams. Proda in particular. Proda and Juno, honestly, Jesse, I think have been the 2 most aggressive flex support players that we have seen so far in this tournament. Like, I feel like we're going to just see them get off-angling like tracers, just throwing kunai at each other.
I wouldn't say that's too far off. Like, Proda, especially, like, historically very aggressive on flex support, whether it be, you know, they used to be on Sakura, last WCS stage, they're on Dreamland now. They've had their times in Collegiate as well. Like, they are very aggressive on support. They do not care. Like, they're going to get in your face. They're going to go for those pop shots. But it's the fact that Juno, maybe not in the same aspect, but especially when Juno is on and on Ana, watch out. Like, the bio-nades are critical. They're all over the place. And I do wonder if we go on to this series, if Ana is available, how much that could really swing things in the favor of MOTHS Genesis. But in this first map, like you said,
primary source of that. So EXO SAKURA feeling so comfortable with this Sombra Genji backline they have. Double Baptiste, though, wasn't exactly on the cards. We've had quite a bit of changes within the past league. I believe this is influenced by the current OWCS meta that we've been seeing as well, and some inspiration being drawn for that. But again, that fight for high ground just becomes all the more important. Whose DPS can sit up there first? And right now, Amity is having no thoughts of anything except for Juno. April, please let me stay alive. Thankfully, they're able to accomplish that task, but all while giving EXO SAKURA free access towards that objective. Phone has been in such good position throughout this whole time. Eventually took down Juno, but the overcommit from Mari and Zoe leaves the door open for MOTHS Genesis to make a quick reapproach. It's all really been on Phone to trade out these eliminations, and even that, it's just not enough if you don't have a tank here.
Yeah, if you don't have the tank, you just have no sort of presence on this point. Yes, they can start trying to cap it back now, but that was a beautiful jab from Ant.
Yeah,
Yeah, that will fool. There we go. Boy, the jab was so hard it knocked on my internet for a sec. We're good now. That was,
it was
a little bit crazy. The third wall break is kind of nuts here, Amity, but that was a great jab. Shuts down everything, and now you said, like, this has been a comp we've seen all over the place. Not totally shocked to see it, but MOTHS Genesis could be missing the speed, but so far, not really missing it.
I mean, you're missing Zoe. That's something. At least for EXO SAKURA, they'll have to retreat off of that. Again, we highlighted how aggressive Juno can be on any flex support she tries. Baptiste, it's just better Soldier 76. I say that to any support player that's out there. Like, pick Bap. It's so much fun.
Yeah, like, this will be so good, especially already at Matrix, and Zoe already finds the opening back.
Yeah, I mean, the second that Matrix is out, I don't think Paul was quite prepared for that exact amount of damage, but he kind of did the same thing, where Amity just walked with the rest of the team, got shredded on by Proda's own Matrix from the high ground. Now MOTHS Genesis, they don't have a tank of their own, doing their best to try to hold this out, but with Mari in the wonderful position that she is, snags a triple kill, and EXO SAKURA.
Yeah, able to get 3. Jeremy tried their best, right? Like, trying to find something, make some sort of chaos happen in the back, but Proda is able to live throughout. And the fact they only used the Ant Matrix there is massive for EXO SAKURA, because now they can play very aggressive. They have the EMP, but so does Paul. This fight is really going to be just who can press Q first, who can get this EMP off, maybe with either like a Bola shot, if you're Jeremy, or the Terra Surge from either tank here to get us started.
It'll be the rally versus the sound barrier, which you really got to favor Regime's ult in this exact instance. EXO's Sakura, though, they really can't convert on it. Amity waits until the rest of the team pushes up, uses the Terra Surge to force everyone out, and look at how much those health bars are suffering. EMP, not a huge fan of that, but I mean, MOTS Genesis, they'll get what they want in the end, eventually, once they clean up these supports.
Yeah, I wonder if that was a little bit of a panic, like, hey, we need to win this fight, we need to win this fight. It's like, oh, we don't need that, though. Okay. They still have Bullet Shot, so they at least have something to work off of during this next fight. They are not, you know, completely free of utility, but that EMP, Blade, Terra Surge, they have everything on EXO Sakura that they could possibly want to get another flip. They just cannot afford, in my opinion, to use all three at once.
No, you absolutely should not. EXO Sakura are a team, though, that is known for being disciplined with their ultimate uses, despite the chaos that goes on. Ideally, you're looking for Mari or Phone to initiate this first, but that might not even be needed. Amity goes down just in this neutral engagement, so if the fact that EXO win this fight and need to use absolutely no shiny buttons, that's huge.
Yeah, that's a disaster if you're MOTS Genesis. You want to at least force one out. Oh my god, what a stagger as well from Zoe and Phone. And yeah, this is going to be a tough spot now because you even have the Ant Matrix to go with it. There's a lot of pressure on Juno here. She has to land almost the perfect lamp just to try and keep everyone up for a split second to maybe pop the amp for the extra heals, but it's a very tall order against Phone. EMP.
Oh, she's going for it, doing a little bit of parkour off the roof.
Nope, maybe not.
Thought about it, but saw that shield bash, is like, yeah, I'm not going to risk that. So goes back towards the team. We're in final fight territory for this map. Let the EMP rip. Goodbye, Ant Matrix, and goodbye, MOTS Genesis. Or wait, maybe not. Why are there two trades? That should not be allowed to happen. EXO Sakura, they had every ult in the game. The execution is not nearly as good as they thought, but they did not hide the touch. In the final second, Mori's Terra Surge preventing Jeremy from doing all the heroics themselves. Wow, that was a close round to start us out.
I'm a little closer than I expected. I won't lie. Like,
Whoa.
MOTS Genesis are here to play even with April coming in as the sub. And yes, it got a little bit kind of all over the place. Like, Phone goes in for the EMP. It doesn't get as much as they're looking for, but they still get Juno and April. But all of a sudden, Jeremy pops off, is able to get 3, but still not having a healer at all is kind of just the nail in the coffin during that fight, at least for MOTS Genesis. But that shows, at least to me, that, hey, they have a lot of fight going into this, and this is definitely not over by any stretch of the imagination. It will be practically the same comps here. Yeah, MOTS Genesis will stay the same, and so will EXO Sakura, but it will be EXO first to the high ground.
Yeah, and that's kind of the advantage of them having Regime on the Lucio. Like, the Brig's nice just to prevent the dives from the Sombra and the Genji, but you just have to sacrifice power positions early. It's kind of the double-edged sword there. One that MOTS Genesis, I don't think are too thrilled about. Being a small room to be bottled up into. Boop on the Paul right in Amari's crosshairs. Excellent start, though, for EXO Sakura. They know that they had the advantage from the early fight and will continue to go ahead and push that back. Midi not too keen and continuing to push the amount of support.
Yeah, they already flipped the spawns, too. As Jeremy falls, it's right now, MOTS Genesis is playing on the actual EXO side of spawn, so you lose 2. A little bit of a kind of crazy fight here, but MOTS Genesis will not be able to capitalize. Mari is able to win the duel underneath, but it denies EXO Sakura from playing super aggressive, considering they do not have their BAP here to try and keep everybody up. But still, yeah, having that early advantage. They catch Paul kind of lurking early, and that just destroys the entire game plan from MOTS Genesis. We at least will have the Ant Matrix first at this rate.
They should, but I mean, the ultimate build's so fast, I don't really think it's going to matter all that much. In Juno, though, already 93%, and with Phone out of the equation, this should just be the go button for MOTS Genesis. Again, no speed, so let's take it as the opportunities come. Hack on Mari, forcing out all of her defensive cooldowns. And I mean, MOTS Genesis, they're struggling to follow up on these eliminations, eventually grabbing one onto Regime, but ooh, that Ant Matrix, Juno. Just let out a sigh of relief there, but it's always short-lived. Phone's on the critical target through the wall. Mari is still pushing this MOTS Genesis. They had all of the ults, but they never used them. Jeremy's here still trying to be the hero. I mean, even if we see EXO Sakura lose this fight, which they very well not, I mean, they got all the percentage. They're going to get up to like 80% before the point is actually flipped, and it's not going to flip at all. What just happened?
Just pop-offs, man. Phone just stays alive. They're like, hey, you are not capping this if I have anything to say about it, and now they can get super aggressive with this EMP, and it's all because they catch Juno early. It's all of that healing gone, and just from there, it was just a very slippery slope.
Well, now battle the EMPs. Who comes out first? And this time it's phone Paul denied an ultimate altogether, and Zoe is there to cut all of the hopes of winning Oasis down to nothing. Moss Genesis down and out 100-0 here, and will lose out on Oasis.
Yeah, that's just how good phone is on Sombra. Like, that is every single time. They're like, hey, I know you want to use the amp matrix. Oh, where is it? I'm just going to wait. All right, pop it. EMP. Let's go. Because it just takes out so much utility that Moss Genesis were trying to...